and welcome to the Golf Destination YouTube page. I'm Meredith Gorman, and joining me now is a very special guest, our executive producer, Steven Aicardi, who just had the privilege of getting to play at the Portmarnock Resort in Ireland and Jameson Golf Links, a place I did not receive the invitation to.
Yeah, you weren't on the list on that one. Maybe, Meredith, you weren't on the list, but maybe the next time you will be on the list.
Yeah, I mean, other than me not being there, which...
You generally get on these things. You generally weasel your way onto these trips, Bermuda, Pinehurst, but no, not on this one. But in the future, we hope to have you. There was something missing.
Fun without me.
No, there was definitely something
without
missing.
Me there?
There was definitely something missing.
That's great.
But you would have enjoyed it a lot because I know you have very fine tastes. And the hotel was fantastic, great dining. I'm not trying to rub it in or run the score up, but it was very, very pleasant. And the way it kind of worked out was, I met my friend Ed to go in there to play golf.
You have friends?
I have a friend, the only one. After 7 other invites were denied, I chose Ed.
Glad I wasn't even on that list.
No, you weren't even on that list. You're not even top 10, Meredith.
Great.
No, but we went there, and the beauty of the Portmarnock Resort is, generally out of Boston, you fly all night, and you'll leave at 9:30, and you get in about 8:30 in the morning. So you kind of whacked out a little bit, but it's only 15 minutes from the airport, which was huge. We weren't on a long drive, and we, of course, immediately went to the golf course and played, kind of whacked out just from all the travel. But it's phenomenal. We encountered some very unseasonal weather. It was like 72 without a cloud in the sky.
Wow. And
I still stunk. But, golf there is I had been to Ireland before, but I have never golfed there before. And, I know U.S. has links courses. I get it. But it's a totally different experience. It was a lot of fun.
What were the accommodations like? I mean, besides you guys probably being out and about for most of the day.
Yeah, we were out and about most of the day. But the good thing about the Portmarnock Resort, so the whole thing about Port and the Jameson golf links, the Jameson family, that's where they own the property and the land since, I don't know. Don't quote me here, but several hundred years.
So does Jameson whiskey just...
So Jameson whiskey is pretty readily available. It's not my drink of choice, which was proven true on Saturday in Dublin after I had left the resort. Okay. And I totally staved off drinking the Jameson there. But it is around you all the time. It's the bar, one of the bar's restaurants called the Jameson Room, and it's in the old house of the actual Jamesons. Pretty wild. The bar is phenomenal. Of course, they have every kind of whiskey you want to drink. I was not a big believer that Guinness tastes better over there, but I've totally switched. It's so much better drinking Guinness over there. So I was drinking Guinness predominantly while there. But the restaurants are fantastic. Ocean view. I mean, the property itself is on the Irish Sea. They call it the Purple Strand, the stretch of beach. And off in the distance is the Eye of Ireland, a very small island, and Lambay Island, which is rich in history. And if you've watched the show, you would have learned that it's actually been in Greek mythology. It's a really cool place. But I think one of the better things that we did, we were meeting friends up the road, about 1.1 miles. I don't know what that is in kilometers. I never was able to convert that.
It's okay.
But,
we know you're able to.
Yeah, I know. You just go to a map, Google Maps. And I keep messing these. Malady, a great little town up the coast. And as I mentioned, it was seasonably warm, and it just reminded me of like a Cape Cod oceanside driving up this coast. It was phenomenal. And then the town had pubs. It was this quaint little Irish town. I have not been out and about in Ireland. I've been to Dublin, as I mentioned, once before, and then I was in Dublin again. But it was great. It was it was something as an American, I guess, you'd feel really at home and say, hey, what's the property values here? Could I buy real estate? It was so cool. And it's I think a lot of it, people talk when they go to Ireland, they talk, I'm going to the Southwest. I'm going to the North. I'm going to the Northwest. But Dublin in itself, I know people fly in there. Obviously, it's one of the 2 major airports, the other one being Shannon. But Dublin itself as a golf destination is phenomenal. It has the Jameson golf links, which totally blew me away. It was you would be able to be creative and whatnot. Right next door, which I also happen to have an opportunity to play, is the Portmarnock Golf Club, which is continually ranked top 25 in the world. Played there. That was like super big boy golf. Like, it's the real deal. It's like playing at Olympic or some of these big prestigious American courses. But also, when you go to that town that I'm keep butchering, Malahide. Across is this place called the Island, which is, I did not play it, phenomenal. Then, you go, the K Club's there, and Royal Dublin's there, and it's just a phenomenal place. And I think people in the States just kind of go to their part of Ireland, but they don't necessarily think about just stick around Dublin. And plus, you have Dublin, which is a blast.
Absolutely, yeah. And you talked about going and trying different restaurants and whatnot in the area. What was the best meal you ate?
Well, it had to be, it was definitely on property at the Jameson house. And I think it's funny you mentioned that, because we were talking about that like maybe 20 years ago. People like, the food, Ireland, oof, brutal. But now I think the food, I'm not one of these big processed food people or whatever, but the food is just fresh. It was really good.
Do you have some corned beef?
I did not have any corned beef. You're bringing up age-old stereotypes now of the Irish people.
I mean, listen, on St. Patrick's Day, I'm an Irish girl, and my last name's Gorman.
That's right. That's true.
But I love a good corned beef and cabbage meal.
Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, not good. I mean, what is the other thing?
So what'd you eat?
I don't know. Chicken
fish
fingers.
and chips?
Yeah, I do the fish and chips. But
Okay,
the food
so you
is,
like fried food?
Yeah. I mean, when you go to the Portmarnock Resort, first of all, it's very modern. The rooms are very modern, and if you see in the show, I did a walk into my room, and you walk out, and the view is just like it was at golden hour, and the golf course just lights up. It's unbelievable. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Actually,
You're literally just rubbing it in.
Yeah, I'm rubbing
Thank
it in.
you.
Yeah, I mean,
all those
yeah.
adjectives to describe it. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard him describe anything like this.
Right. But next trip, Meredith, we'll get you out there. I think I'm pretty going to get you on these trips. Meredith is a
One
big
per
traveler.
year, guys. Steve
Meredith
goes
is a
on
very
about
big
20
traveler.
per year.
What's your Instagram handle so people can follow your trip?
At Mayor Gorman, MEREGORMAN.
Always promoting.
Thanks
Always
for the
promoting.
promotion.
Always promoting.
Love to be on site sometime.
yeah.
Listen, if anyone's watching this and you run a golf resort and you would love content shot there, please invite me. Steve doesn't have to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my plug.
I think that'd be good. Yeah, Meredith loves the travel thing, and we're going to get her out travel more. And I think there's actually going to be more of that in the coming year. Just so you know, I'm not going to drop anything else. But it was phenomenal. The resort was, and this is not a paid. They didn't pay me to say this. They didn't pay us to say this, unfortunately. But you know what? It's the real deal. And the Dublin area, proximity to the airport, and the views are just wonderful. Sorry, Meredith.
It's okay. Well, I'm glad you had a great time. And
Yep.
thanks for sharing your experience in Ireland with all of us who didn't have the privilege of getting to play golf there.
Thank you, Meredith.